for the Mario Galaxy stickers for the rewards that you can get?
I did. I saw those. Saw those. I saw those. I added them to the thing. Also, I updated OBS like last week at some point.
Yeah.
I think it was on Wednesday. And you've already been changed to 8-bit, Chris. It was on Wednesday, and my freaking scene, my vertical scene broke. So I can't record a TikTok, even though I haven't been posting them, but I would have liked to have had it recorded, you know?
Here. Wait, here.
Here?
I found it. Okay. There were...
Oh! Hello, Cece! But we can be heard, apparently. Hi, Cece. This week in Big N News. Oh, she does, they do hear us. Why do you hear us? Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Nintendo Rewind. My name is Cody Christian, and I'm exploring every dungeon swinging around my Master Sword. And I'm joined by Chris Becker, who is exploring every hidden cavern like Link with zero shame. We're rewinding and recapping last week for Nintendo, but before we dive into it's actually not last week for Nintendo. We're not rewinding or recapping last week for Nintendo, I just realized. We're fast forwarding. We're talking about every video game that's coming out this month to Nintendo Switch 2 that you guys should know about. But before we do any of that, Christopher, how is it going, Rita? How's it going? You're still dressed up for Halloween over there.
I like to dress up sometimes, even if it's not Halloween. You know what I mean? Just
It's fair.
get all dressed up. I have a hoodie on right now, but it's like one of those weird hoodies. Maybe it's not a hoodie. I'm just wearing a shirt, I think. So let me just say this, okay? Before you start flapping your gums, saying anything, coming at me with those meaty bits, I want to say
No promises.
Well, hold on a second. Watch where they're going. I forget what I was saying. I forget what I was saying. But the moral of the story is, how are you doing?
That's the moral of the story, is how am I doing? I'm doing, well, you know. Listen, it's been a crazy busy day today. Just extremely busy. I've been working on some personal project stuff. Stuff that doesn't require being on the internet, and then I had physical therapy again today, and this man named Dave, shout outs to you, Dave, and this man named Dave, he twisted my neck in such a way that I honestly haven't been touched that good in a while. No, I'm kidding. But no, it was a good PT session today. Actually, I have quite a bit of mobility turning my head to the left, and that's been really good. Getting to actually turn my head without like feeling any kind of pain. So I don't know what he did, but it felt like he shoved over like one of my spinal sections over the other, and I felt it go just a little bit. I don't know if chat heard that or anything, but then after he did that, like, it felt amazing. What did I do to my neck? I didn't do anything to it except get old, Brooksy. I didn't do anything to it except get old.
You're very old. That's true.
Ow. But then after that, we had art class earlier today too. I got to catch up on a couple of manga that I've been a little bit behind on. If people are not reading Kagura Bachi, you're not doing yourself any favors. You need to pick up Shonen Jump. It's like $2.99, and just speed read Kagura Bachi, and it's genuinely good. It's so good.
Take your word for it. Pause to read.
Yeah, pause to read.
Pause to read. Let me ask you a question. You ever overthink everything you do in life? Here's what I overthought today.
It's my MO. I'm putting it on my business card.
That's pretty good. I was going for a walk today, right? And these two women were barreling at me, and by barreling at me, I mean they were just walking their dogs. And
just like speed walking towards you with their dogs, or just like normal pace.
They were not walking at a normal pace.
It was an aggressive pace?
No, normal. It was just a normal average walking.
And you crossed the street.
I didn't cross the street. So I live on the corner of the cul-de-sac, right? Mm-hmm. And so I live on the corner, and so there is like grass, and then right on the corner, there is pavement that leads to a crosswalk that goes to the other corner, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I was just standing there, listening, getting my like podcast set up to listen to for my walk. And while I was doing that, these women came over and said hi. And then you know what I did? You know how I said hi back?
How did you say it? Did you at least say hi back? Did you say hi back?
I said hi back, but this is how I did it. So you know how I normally talk? Like,
yeah.
Just how I am right now?
Mm-hmm.
they were coming towards me, and they were like, "Oh, hi, hey, hi, how are you?" And I said, "Hi," and I said it like,
Why did you deepen it? Who is this person that just was walking on the street? It's no longer Chris. Did you put on
Yeah,
your man voice?
they walked back me, and I was like, "Hi." Yeah, I like it was like, and then as soon as I said it, I was like, if I would have kept talking, I would have like dove into this voice, and they would have been like, "What was that a minute ago?" But luckily, they didn't keep talking to me.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was just like, hi.
You
And
know,
then
honestly, I should probably start doing that too. Every time I go through a drive-through, they're like, "Okay, well, your total's blah blah blah, ma'am. Please pull forward." And I'm like, "I'm not a ma'am." But at this point, I don't even correct them.
tell me
I get up to
about
the
it.
window
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Hello," and they're like, "Well, did you order?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I ordered that." And then they realize that I can see it go over their face. Oh wait, that's not a ma'am. So
Yeah. That's like when every time I went to the like the doctor for like checkups
Mhm.
for Dashel, people would be reading it, and it was like 16 years ago. And they'd be like, Dashiel,
the shield.
Dashiel, Dashiel.
I mean,
Nailed it.
that's fair. That is fair. At least it's not like a lady's name. Like that's like an appropriation of a certain American subculture kind of style pronunciation of that name. Like
Right. Well, what happened was, when I took him to the doctor, like the first 3 appointments, it was just that, like, I took them, just me myself, and so I didn't correct them, and so they'd be like, Dashiel, and I'd be like, he's right here. And so, this young man, this little baby, and sorry about that, and so then his mother came for like the 4th visit, and she was like,
how's little Dashiel doing?
yeah, she was like, how's the shield doing? And then she was like, sorry, his name's Dashel. And then the doctor looked at me like I'm the problem.
I mean, you are, but not for that reason.
And she was like, oh, I just thought his name was, I was like, she's like, I've been calling him Dashiel for the last 3 visits.
Special.
And Spatial? Hand me the spatial?
I need that special sauce. Oh man.
Yeah, and so that happened, and then didn't have that issue with Flynn.
No,
Flynn,
that's very straightforward. Yeah. Like people have seen Flynn. I'm really worried. Like so far, I haven't had anyone get Tripp's name incorrect, because Tripp's name is spelled Trypp. But I'm waiting for the moment someone calls him Tripe.
I think the biggest problem I had when I started texting the word Trip is my phone would autocorrect it to TRIP, and I'd be like, no.
What if he decides he wants to be called Tripe? No. Brooksy, you stop it. He doesn't want to be called Tripe. No one wants to be called Tripe. That's just sheep intestines. Like, no one wants that. Oh man. But no, so you said
me Tripe.
Hello. No, hold on. Don't devalue yourself like that. So you said hello in your deepest man voice that you possibly could. You said hi. And just walked on over and just like kept going.
No, I was standing still, getting the podcast on that I want to listen to, and I said hi, and then listened to the podcast for about 3 houses. And then I got a phone call, so I didn't even listen to the podcast. But I was prepared. I was ready.
What were you
to
listening to then? Well, what was the podcast of choice today?
The Slash Filmcast I listened to.
Shout outs to them. Slash Filmcast.
Shout out to the Filmcast. Yeah, I think they just go by the Filmcast now. But yeah, I listened to that.
I started listening to a bit
Talk
of
to me.
Kit and Krista today, but yesterday the episode for Dispatch over on Critical Role finally went live to non-members. So for those who don't know, Chris and I have been like really hardcore playing Dispatch. And it's like a superhero workplace comedy kind of situation, dramedy. And I would liken it to something like Invincible, in terms of comparing it, but it's been really, really good. But Critical Role, who did all the writing for the game, did a tabletop role-playing one-shot for the game. So it was really good. I didn't get to watch the rest of it, but I want to finish watching it. So I've still got like 2 hours of it left, and it's real good. It's real good. Highly recommend. Have you had the chance to watch it yet, Christopher?
I did not watch it yet. No, my like save got screwed up, and it like the cloud save got desynced, and so then I had to start over, and so I've been trying to make my way through because I got to get back to the end of episode 4 with all the choices I made.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it by playing out the scenes. It's been going pretty quick. Go to the scenes where there's like a major choice,
Mm-hmm.
and then get the scene where there's up to the scene where there's a major choice, and then go and pick out the choice that I want, and then back out, and then go forward to the next scene where there's another major choice that I want to pick.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem is once you get back far enough, what I can do is go from the second scene in episode 1 and then pick the episode like 4. It'll start episode 4. I can back out, go to the menu, and it makes random choices for me. So eventually, there's only so many choices. They're going to eventually get all the choices that I made, but at this point, it might just be easier to play the 4 hours and
To actually just play it.
make
Yeah.
all the same choices I actually made.
The new episodes, 2 new episodes are coming out tomorrow at what, noon? 9 a.m. noon? So
yeah.
9 a.m. Pacific. So if you're not playing it and you want to play it, there'll be 6 total episodes. They're going up to episode 8. It's releasing episodically on a week-to-week basis. It's been really good. It's been really, really good. Heavily recommend that game. I had such a good time. And if you want to watch me play it live, you can come hang out with me tomorrow night on my channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, Keyword Savior in the live chat, the No Sleep podcast and the film Reroll doing Galaxy Quest. There's some podcasts that he's been rolling through. So, I know you do like yourself some movie podcasts. Clearly. So, go and give those a listen. But thank you for those recommendations. We do need to thank our wonderful supporters and producers over at NintendoRewind.com. Before we dive into the show, we want to let you know if you'd like to directly support our content, every dollar spent on memberships and merch helps us continue to produce this show. There's even a tier that only costs $1 a month, and with it, you will also get a shout out right here. That said, I want to thank our supporters and producers, Calamity Nolan, Sierra Christian, Kiatic, and Mnemonic Man for all of their gracious support. Also of note, we've got a Discord. Please go and visit it. Come and hang out with us. There's been some chitter chatter recently about retro video games on PC that's been going on over there. Stuff that's going on about GDQ, one of our community regulars and staples and producer on the show, Calamity Nolan, is going to be a volunteer at this year's Games Done Quick. So, you know, just by supporting them, you're supporting him. So it's been really cool to see what everyone's take is. The new games list released, and I'm so excited for 70-star Super Mario 64 70-person relay. That's going to be a really, really cool watch. So, and that's happening sometime in January. So everybody be ready to tune in whenever that happens. But we do have a bit of a topic to dive into. So, without any further ado, Chris, are you ready to do a main topic?
I am ready.
Let's do this thing. We got games, unlimited games, but no games.
But no bacon.
No bacon. Sorry, that's Mrs. Nerdwire's joke. She pops into the live chat and always asks us games, unlimited games, but no bacon. But she doesn't say no bacon. She says but no games, which gives me an internal stroke. But we got a lot of games that are coming out in November. Games that you guys need to know about, and Nintendo is headlining not once but twice this month with some absolute bangers that are getting ready to come out with mainline Nintendo IPs. But there's also a lot of other stuff that's thrown in here. And this month is kind of similar to last month, where we had a whole lot like that got front loaded. And most of the things in here are genuinely really good, really cool, unique experiences that honestly, like if you're not into a genre, just wait a second whenever we tee up the next one. But the first game on the list for this month is a little ditty known as Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. For those who maybe don't know, Hyrule Warriors is a Musou style game set in the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, specifically the Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment, set within the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom continuity of the games. This one in particular is going back to the 100 Years' War, and it goes to show like the amount of impact that these games have had, that Nintendo has refused to move on from this style and this aesthetic and this series. I honestly think, personally, that I was kind of done when Tears of the Kingdom ended. I was kind of done with this part of the franchise. I'm ready for something new. Although I will say, I think Tears of the Kingdom may be my second favorite Zelda game of all time. But Age of Calamity, featuring this gigantic cast of characters that you can play as with their own special abilities. It is looking absolutely insane in terms of what you can play. And if you haven't had the chance to, swing by a Best Buy, get your hands on it. You're able to actually play a demo of it on their kiosk there. It is exclusive to Best Buy currently, that demo is. So if you want to try it out, swing on by there. Chris, let me ask you, I know you like to go and try the demos. Have you had the chance to try it? And if not, is this one that is on your list whenever you snag your Switch 2, my good sir?
I have not played the demo yet, but I do hope that at some point, like with the other Warriors games, the demo does come to the eShop. That'd be great. But this one is definitely on my list for things I'm interested in, especially, the reviews are out, and I mean, I figured the reviews are about what I expected, which is it's a Musou game. If you like that, you like it. I was talking with Mel about this, and Hyrule Warrior, I think my only issue with this one is like the main characters aren't all like characters that interest me. Like, it was fun when they had like, the first Hyrule Warriors, when it was just like all the different versions of like Link and Zelda
right.
and stuff.
The original Hyrule Warriors that came out on 3DS.
These are all like the side characters from the cutscenes that I usually skip. So it's not anything that really is grabbing me, but I do like the gameplay of a Musou game, just going around killing. I mean, that's why I love Vampire Survivors, you're just going around taking out a bunch of enemies. But yeah,
it's a really good mindless grass cutting simulator in a lot of ways, because I mean, you're super powerful and you're taking on tons of enemies all at once. I haven't had the chance to read any of the reviews. I typically try to avoid them, so that way I don't sully my review for what we're going to talk about someday. So I haven't had the chance to read the reviews on this. I had intentions on picking it up pretty early, but it's going to have to wait just a moment before I snag Age of Imprisonment.
Well, there's a lot of games coming out this month.
There really are. There really are. But I do want this one, and this one would make my list of games that I would probably pick up if money were no option this month. But as it stands, Christmas season is coming around. You know how that goes. We got little ones, and we gotta make sure that their Christmas dreams come true on. So, but I'm very interested in this. I like the storyline stuff, and I don't mind that it's just all the side characters, because you know, we know this is set in that gap between, if you haven't played Tears of the Kingdom, tune out for like 10 seconds. This is set in that gap when Zelda gets sent back in time. That was your spoiler warning, and now I've spoiled it. And so if you haven't played it, go play it. But the game itself is set in that timeline, so I understand why the characters aren't there that we're like super familiar with, like the variants of Link and all that jazz. But we do have kind of a Link-esque character there, represented by one of the constructs. So I'm interested in how they tie him in. If you played Age of Calamity, you know that one's kind of like alt timeline, even though that was like supposed to be canon to the main storyline. It turned out to be alt timeline, and timey-wimey stuff was going on. So. Really, really cool, really unique Zelda-esque experience. So if you're wanting to snag it, again, that game comes out on November 6th for $69.99. Also, Kiatic in the live chat said she hasn't even finished Tears of the Kingdom, so she's good to wait a while to play this one. So I think I'm in that same camp as far as that goes. I'm good to wait. I have finished Tears of the Kingdom though, but I think I'm good to wait. You want to hit them with the next couple of things actually before we move into this next bit.
Yeah, well, we got the amiibo, right? You already talked about those?
I have not talked about those yet.
We got the amiibo coming out. Well, 2 of the amiibo, right? There's one that's coming out with the game. Is that
for
right?
What? for our audio listeners out there.
I'm thinking of Metroid. There's like the Samus plus the Samus and the bike?
Viola.
Yeah, but then there's another one. Isn't there?
That one's out in January, from what I understand. There's another one that's Silex, and that one's not out till next year.
Oh, I thought it came out with the game. But then, yeah, so we got 2 Metroid Prime 4 amiibo, which which is odd that it's coming out now, the same day as Hyrule Warriors, but you use them with Metroid Prime 4. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what their strategy is there, Cotton.
Now
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, advertising them maybe, like to get people to see. Oh, look at those amiibo. I have no idea. But then, if you would see the amiibo, and then be like, "Oh, Metroid Prime 4 is out," and then you go see, "Oh, no, it's not out," and then you just forget about it. I don't know what they're thinking here, but yeah, they're also out on Thursday the 6th.
I did not have pricing on those because I forgot to look it up before we did the show, but I think those are $30 a piece. Am I wrong on that?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Let me find out here real quick. Metroid Prime 4 amiibo pricing. Because I think they said how much they were going to be. Yeah, $29.99 for the Samus one, and $39.99 for the Samus on Viola. So if you're wanting to snag either one of those, the Samus one is $29.99, and the Viola one with the new suit is $39.99. So $30 and $40. Goodness, that is 2/3. That's 2 Silk Songs for the motorbike amiibo.
Yeah. Which geez Louise.
Yeah, that's pricey.
But here we are.
Here we got them. Here we go. Here we are. But there's actually a game that's going to roll out as well. You want to fill them in on that one? Because I know you're excited for this one.
I'm very excited for this. Good Night Universe. You play in first-person perspective as a baby with superpowers. It's like a 6-month-old baby who's developing mysterious psychic powers, right? And it's from, I believe, a lot of the people that worked on Before Your Eyes, which was another game where you played a story in first person, but that was used like a camera, and then anytime you blink in real life, like the game would flash forward.
Mhm.
I don't know how this game's going to handle the story, but yeah, this one is 1999, coming out November 11th. I'm very excited for this one. I like the look of the game and just the idea of it. Very much my jam right here. What about you? Are you looking forward to this game at all?
I am interested in this one. It looks really cool. It kind of gives me the vibe. There was a horror game that came out a while back that was also you played as a baby, but like it wasn't. It was like after dark, and like it would be pretty much a nightmare land because you're roaming around the house in the dark. And I think there was a teddy bear that was trying to kill you the whole time. And it was different. It was interesting, but I cannot remember the name of that game either off the top of my head. Hang on, baby horror game. Baby horror.
Oh, that was.
What was it called? Not the baby in yellow.
Beyond.
Among the Sleep was what the name of that one was. Among the Sleep was a first-person horror adventure video game where you played as a baby. So that's what this one kind of gives me the vibes of. But I much prefer having superpowers over to being terrified for an entire time as a defenseless infant. So
right, yeah. I'm.
Teddy bear was friend, so you weren't being chased by the teddy bear. I thought it was I couldn't remember. It's been so long since that game came out.
Yeah, it was like you saw, like you played as like a girl who couldn't see. She couldn't see, and so you use the eyes from the teddy bear to see.
In Among the Sleep?
So you would like what?
In Among the Sleep?
Out of Sight is the one I'm thinking of. The one with the like.
Oh,
the
Out of
girls.
Sight. Yeah. Silent Brook corrected it in the live chat. It was Out of Sight was what it was called. Yeah. Is that another one about being a baby? Man, I don't know what it is about being a baby, but it's terrifying.
You were like a kid, like maybe like between like 9 and 12. But she had no eyes, and she had a teddy bear, and you saw through the teddy bear's eyes.
That's also terrifying. I don't like. Is that a horror game or is it just a?
It was a spooky game. Yeah, you had to like. It was like you were solving puzzles and had to like be careful of the people in the house to get away from while solving puzzles.
Well, none of those games are coming to Switch.
And not only that, but it's nothing like this. This is just a story game about a kid, a little bit 6-month-old baby.
Oh man, when can you pick it up and how much was it?
$19.99 on the 11th of November.
Heck yes, $19.99 on the 11th of November. Go get Goodnight Universe. The next game on our list is it's actually a trio. Do you mind if I cover all four of these next ones all together?
You know what? Just give it a go.
All
give it
right.
a gander.
We're going to give it a go. There is a trio of games all releasing on the same day on November the 13th, each of them separately $39.99 in the Atelier Ryza series. They call it like the secret something pack. I'll tell you exactly what it is once we get to the triple pack. But the first one in this is Atelier Ryza Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout DX. The next one in this list is Atelier Ryza 2 Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy DX. The third one in this is Atelier Ryza 3 Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key DX. And then if you want to save a little bit of cash flow here and not have to drop a ton of money on all three of those games, it'd be $120 if you bought them all separately. But if you buy them all together, it's $90. So you're essentially saving $30 picking them up, $10 on each title. And you can get the Atelier Ryza Secret Trilogy Deluxe Pack. And it features all three of those games. Just for those who don't know, it is a JRPG series. You've got essentially waifus that you're controlling and you're doing things. These are upgraded, remastered versions of these games as far as that goes. Storyline's pretty okay. I'm not the biggest Atelier Ryza fan as far as that goes, but that being said, this is the definitive edition of the Secret Series. So if these games interest you at all, you can snag them at a significantly discounted price. It is cool that, you're getting them for the 60 frames per second 1080p 4K display resolution. It's actually utilizing the power of the Nintendo Switch 2 system. But these are not necessarily the lightest games as far as data goes. As you can see, if we go back, even the third game on its own is 21.5 gigs. The second game is another 18 gigs, and the first game in there is 15.5 gigs. So if you do not have a SD card, if this is the only thing you want to play, you're set. But I gotta be honest, like I don't know anybody who necessarily loves this series, but I know people who appreciate it. Are you one of those people who appreciate it, Chris, or are you on the other side of the spectrum?
It depends. Every once in a while, like I will like the games, but then sometimes I play them and then I'm like, nope, this one's not for me. But then other times I play one of them and I'm like, oh, this one was really good. I like some of the newer ones rather than the older one. The older ones are very wordy.
Yeah.
A lot of talking. But hopefully with this, it'll at least make it like more, give us some of those, quality of life features that I'm looking for.
Right. I mean, at the end of the day, like they are still good games. It's just not my jam. Which again, there's something on this list for everybody, but it's just not my jam. So maybe the YouTube comments will let me know that I'm out of pocket on calling these games just not my jam and bad. But so far we haven't had anyone in the live chat tell me that I'm wrong yet. So we'll wait. I'm waiting. Am I wrong? Change my mind. But we got some games that are a little bit more up my alley, and I think they're up your alley as well, Chris. Do you want to tell them about you want to take the next 3 on this list, actually?
Yeah, sure, of course. Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2. Those are both coming out on November 13th. They're really going to take their times with these. Hopefully we get all of the Yakuza games. Those are coming out on the 13th of November for $29.99 a pop, or you can get both of them together for $49.99. Are those, you said that those are games that you're interested in?
Oh yeah. Yakuza in general is just like one of those Japanese great series. It's got quite a bit of traditional Japanese comedy kind of thrown in there, in terms of the way they do it. Anytime you can go and gamble on pachinko machines and dress as a giant baby, you've done something unique with your video game. But the battle system in these games are great. It's an action RPG. You've got skill systems. You've got this really cool, like almost beat 'em up style like combat that's going on in these games. And Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 are hailed as some of the greatest in the series, as far as that goes. I think these games stand up there and stand the test of time, in terms of what they've done with that series. Because I mean, we're on like a Dragon now, which I think is like the 7th or 8th game in that series. That's not counting like the Kiwami ones that they added here, or even like Yakuza 0, I don't think is included in that total. So genuinely good franchise. Sakura in the live chat says it's very weird, very silly with a serious main plot, and that is the truth of it. Like, it is a very weird, very silly game, but it is very serious in what they present. So really, really cool set of games. It comes out of Sega, comes out on November 13th, and is at least a very good deal as far as that goes. So something that you guys should definitely keep your eyes on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as much as the next game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. The next thing that we have on this list, this is one that I think Chris has been looking forward to for ages. I remember watching you play the demo that they had for this game ages ago. That was timed. And this one is Inazuma 11 Victory Road Nintendo Switch 2 Edition. This game is okay, don't get it twisted. This game is a soccer game, but it's so much more than a soccer game. It is a hyperdimensional football RPG, as stated in the trailer here. But you've got a whole lot of. It's really hard to explain like the side content that is here because it's not side content. In a lot of like other sports games, it would be side content, but in this game, it is main content for what this game actually is. And the footballing being so good in and of itself is crazy to me because of what else they've got going on here. But it's anime soccer. It's anime soccer, Chris. What do you want to tell them about Inazuma 11? Because you've actually had your hands on this game. I didn't get the chance to play the timed demo.
Oh, golly. It is so good. Like what? Okay, so there's like RPG elements, right? There's just like the online mode, which is you start off with a team. They might be a little bit weaker, right? But then the more that you play as them, the better that they get. Their stats are increasing the more you're playing. You're gaining experience from it. If you do play the story, you have to balance like schoolwork plus also like practicing and things like that. And then when you're in the hallway, you might see a kid you don't like and they want to hang out after school, but if you hang out with them, then you can't do your, practicing. So what happens is you're like talking to them, and the attacks and things that you're doing are just you coming up with excuses and reasons why you can't hang out with them. And then if you win the battle, then you don't have to hang out with them and you can get out of there, but then you gain experience from having a good conversation and getting away from it. And then you go and you practice, and then you get better. And then the more that the players are playing together, they get like synergy from playing together. In terms of the game itself, it's like you will see like from overhead, like you're playing, it plays like FIFA, but then once one player gets close to another, like offense and defense, if you're on offense, you got to get around the player, and if you're on defense, you got to stop them from getting around you. But that is almost like a rock paper scissors sort of thing that they got going on.
It's like it's everything so that, like, if you've been craving the wacky zaniness of the story modes of the Camelot sports games of yore, this is what Super Mario Strikers Battle League was supposed to be. I feel like this is everything I wanted out of that game that we never got. Right, yeah. And I am so excited for this. Like Level 5. A lot of their games are so unique and have my heart in such good ways. R.I.P. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. But I am so excited for Inazuma 11 Victory Road. I think this game is going to be a sleeper hit this month. A lot of people are going to find out about Inazuma 11 for the first time. I mean, the first release we ever got, I think, was on Wii. And so it's still kind of a fairly new series, but it's a genuinely good series. But the game comes out on the 13th of November for an infuriating price of $72.58. But the thing is, it has a Nintendo Switch 1 edition that you can get for $69.99, and then they charge for an upgrade pack $2.59. That's why you end up getting $72.58. It's just such a weird pricing structure. Like, I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, but you can snag it and be able to play it. This would be high up my list if we didn't have like an actual Nintendo game getting ready to come out that I do intend to pick up on release day. But Chris, you want to hit him with the next anime-inspired title that we've got coming?
Listen, there's nothing more than I'd love to do than talk about anime. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. What's so sparking about it? What's zero about it? Is it zero sugar? Nobody knows. But this came out on PlayStation and Xbox, I think. Was it like a year ago? maybe at this point.
It feels like it was, but I don't think it was quite a year ago. I think it was a little bit more recent than that.
But yeah, so that came out, and then
a year ago actually. Man, time is God. Time is a construct. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I feel like they made this work because they did Kiwami, and that like did really well on Switch. And now this is on both Switch and Switch 2, believe it or not. And yeah, it is out on November 14th for $59.99.
If you don't like Dragon Ball Fighters, and you're not a big fan of all the story content that they did in Dragon Ball Kakarot, and you've been really looking for something that's closer to like Budokai, this is pretty much Budokai. This is the spiritual successor to Budokai in a better form factor. I've been watching some gameplay of some of the fights that people have been doing on that game, and it looks insane. It's so good. Like, and the transformations are there. The DLC is there. They've got all the fan service that you could possibly want. Not like anime fan service, but like actual fan service. Yeah. Like it is something that I think will run exceedingly well on the Nintendo Switch 2 and look really, really good doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know about you, but these are like the type of games that where even though I don't know anything about Dragon Ball, I don't know anything about it, but something about like just doing the yummy ha and just
God. It's not a yummy ha.
Once you get that yummy ha and you just shoot it at them, and
we're releasing a shirt that says yummy ha on it. I am a Dragon Ball fan. I am.
Yeah. I am a Dragon Ball fan. Here's
give me that yummy ha.
Yummy ha.
Oh man.
And
where do we even go from here? I don't know how to top that at this point. How do I top yummy ha? What do I do? Oh man.
I'm pretty sure. Listen, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's right.
This is like Dragon Ball Abridged is what it is. It's Team 4-Star Dragon Ball. I am Super Saiyan. I am Super Saiyan. I got a yummy ha. But $59.99 coming out on the 14th, day after Inazuma 11. If you haven't gotten your anime fix in by then, you've got a definite win here. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to top that. Next game on our list is SpongeBob SquarePants, Titans of the Tide. I'm a Goofy Goober, yeah. Coming out for $39.99, which is not a bad deal for this game. If you like SpongeBob 3D platformers, this is a new entry. This is the first time they've had like a new entry in this series in a while. We've gotten a lot of stuff like the Cosmic Shake. We've got Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. And then there's been some other like Nicktoons themed titles that have came out in the time, but those have all been kind of like tie-ins with the Nickelodeon cinematic universe more than anything. And this game looks really, really cool. Again, 3D platformer. It's coming from THQ Nordic. It's only $40, which is kind of cool to see that they're not charging an arm and a leg for a SpongeBob SquarePants 3D platformer. My only worry with that is a lot of times when you get these franchise tie-ins, they're going to be a little bit light on content. That's my only worry. But visually, the game looks really, really well. I actually forgot to pull up some of the screenshots for you guys. The game looks really, really good. Like, I like what they're doing graphically on here, and it does lead me to wonder if all of this is like pre-rendered cutscene stuff that they're showing off here rather than actual gameplay. But I am curious on how well this game is going to perform on Nintendo Switch, and if it performs adequately and in comparison to the other consoles that it's coming out on. So, but if I did say Goofy Goober, yeah, so unenthusiastically, and I'm going to stay that way. If you're a Goofy Goober, yeah, pick this one up. $39.99 comes out on the 18th 4 days after Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So you can get your fix that way.
Yeah, get the fix. Give it a go. See how it goes from there.
Man, there's no way that I can top all of your content tonight because you got an absolutely insane game coming up on this next one.
You're right, I do. You got that right. Squirrel with a gun. You know what? If you don't have a squirrel, at least you have a gun. If you do have a gun, maybe you have a squirrel. Sometimes you get a squirrel that has a gun. Maybe
I need a squirrel
it.
with a yummy ha. That's what I need.
Don't we all? This is coming out on November 18th. Squirrel with a Gun already came to Steam, maybe consoles, maybe Xbox. I can't remember. But Squirrel with a Gun, you're just running around. You got a gun. There's a squirrel. You're running around. It's almost like one of those like Goat Simulator type, just like open world, just do as you wish kind of games. Only this one, you're a squirrel with a gun and slow motion. What more could you ask for? No price, but it is $19.99 on Steam. What about you?
It did release on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S October 15th last year. So
okay, yeah.
So a little over a year later, a year and a month later, and it came out on Nintendo Switch too. So
right.
Squirrel with a Gun.
I feel like.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, you first. You feel like what? You tell me.
I feel like this time next year we might be getting more games that are just like launching with the
That's kind of my hope, is that we actually have simultaneous releases instead of us getting like the hand-me-downs from the other consoles. Like, I mean, it's fine. I appreciate having the opportunity to get them because, again, like we do recognize like Nintendo Switch may be the only place that a lot of our that is typically the place that a lot of our viewers probably only play at. Right. But it is good that, hey, like these things are coming. If you didn't get the chance to play them before. I gotta be honest though, Squirrel with a Gun is not my genre. I liked the first Goat Simulator, but then they did a sequel and another sequel, and then they did a remake of the first one and enhanced it. And it just, like, Goat Simulator 1 kind of set that bar, and that was it. I've played other games like it, like Maneater, the shark simulator, essentially. And Squirrel with a Gun looks adequately hilarious, but... it does have a little bit more of a structured mission mode than like Goat Simulator does. At the same time, it's just not really my jam. It's not my jam. But people should try it. If it were cheaper, if it were not, how much are we expecting it to be? $20? That's one Silk Song, mind you. That's one Silk Song worth of game. If it were a little bit cheaper, like maybe on the $10 side, I'd probably be more apt to dive into that one and be more enthusiastic about it. But it's a little bit pricey for what you're getting out of it, I feel like, personally. Correct me if I'm wrong. Prove me wrong. Right. Oh, man. We do have a couple more things, and these are the last things that we have on deck right now. Mind you, this list is constantly ever evolving. I expect to see some Arcade Archives launch in here at some point without any kind of announcement. We may get a shadow drop or two here and there out of other companies as well. And some surprise Switch 2 editions of games that maybe we didn't fully know about. From what I understand, I think there's supposed to be a Stardew Valley Switch 2 edition update that's supposed to be coming for free too this month at some point. So we don't have that on the list because there's no confirmed date for it just yet. But just as a quick mention to that. But the final game on this list that we definitely have confirmation on is a game that I am very much looking forward to, and it's Kirby Air Riders. This game is Sakurai's baby. We covered that news last week from the Direct number 2 that they did for Kirby Air Riders, just in a quick rundown fashion. But there is a lot to do in this game, and there's a lot that's already been said about it. That nothing can be said about it, that if you're not already convinced, that there's nothing left out there to convince you that this game is going to be for you. But what I can say is this one comes out on November the 20th. For $69.99 on the Nintendo Switch 2, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I am excited for this one. I'm excited mainly for City Trial in here. The stadium battles look super cool too. The main baseline game looks absolutely beautiful. It doesn't have the level of detail and polish that like Mario Kart World has in terms of what you're expecting out of the graphics of the world that you're existing in, but it doesn't really have to because you're not going to spend a lot of time just sitting and looking at things. You're kind of zooming in this game. But I'm enthusiastically and emphatically looking forward to Kirby Air Riders coming out on November 20th. There are a couple of other things that are coming along with it. The first thing on that list is a bandana Waddle Dee and a winged star. This is, as Chris would call it, new technology for the way that they've done Amiibo, where all the riders are interchangeable between all of the carts that they're doing as well. So when you buy this, you get Bandana Waddle Dee and the Winged Star as a set, but they also have Kirby and the Warp Star as a set. Both of these launch in the same day that the game comes out. You can swap Kirby to Bandana Waddle Dee's Wing Star, or you can swap Bandana Waddle Dee over to Kirby's Warp Star and be able to use their machine and rider combo as a figure player. So if you're familiar with the original Super Smash Bros. Amiibo and how when you scan them in, for the most part, what it gave you was a player that would learn your play style, your fighting style, and level up with you. That's going to be something similar to what you're getting here. But personally, at $50 a pop, I think these are $49.99 at $50 a pop. That is super pricey. There are 3 others that are on the horizon as well. Meta Knight, DDD, and what is the third one that is on that list as well? Chris, I cannot remember. Those don't launch until March of next year, from what I understand.
Yeah, not a potato. It looks like almost like the cooking guy, right? From
Chef Takayama or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Chef
It looks like
Kawasaki,
that
not
cooking guy
Takayama.
that
Chef
got canceled.
Kawasaki.
What was that cooking guy that got canceled?
Which cooking
know
guy
who?
that got canceled? All of them. Gordon Ramsay,
the
Alton
one
Brown.
he
No, Alton
got-
Brown's not bad. He's actually great.
He got canceled from where did he get canceled from? He was like that little chef, and he was like made out of
Tiny
clay.
Chef.
Yeah.
You're talking about, I
Yeah.
realized it was the.
He got canceled.
I thought we were talking about
The show got canceled. He did not cancel
personally.
his humor.
What did he say? What kind of bigotry did he spread? That's what I thought we were talking about. John Besh says keyword Xavier in the live chat. That's so good. Oh man, but yeah, Kirby Air Riders and the Amiibos. If you want to spend $170 all in one swing, that's the way to do it. Snag those at that point. But then the other 3, Meta Knight, King Dedede, and Chef Kawasaki, launching next year in March, I believe, is the release date for those. So those are all of the games that are coming out this month that you need to know about, that we know about right now, unless there are some surprise announcements and some shadow drops, of course. And like I mentioned, Stardew Valley, that's something I am really excited for. But out of the list that we've got here, Chris, I need to know, what is your must buy? What is your check it out? And what is your skip in our traditional Nintendo Rewind fashion for this month of games?
Yeah, so for this month of games, you want all 3 right away, or you want me to
hit me
do
with all 3.
one of them?
I mean, with all 3.
Okay. So in terms of my skip, I got to skip one. I think of all the games here, I think I'm skipping Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Of all the games. Okay, I'm going to skip that one.
I mean,
just
you didn't even know
because-
what a Kamehameha is actually pronounced. You don't want to throw
Kamehameha.
yummy ha's?
Yeah, listen, I'd love to throw yummy ha's, but I feel like I would be more likely and more excited about playing a Dragon Ball game when it comes out with the Switch 2 in mind, as opposed to just coming to the Switch and then we're basically getting a Switch 2 edition of the other one of the Switch game. And then my check it out is without a doubt going to be Good Night Universe, because that's probably, it would be my must buy if it weren't for this other game. But Good Night Universe is a game I've been looking forward to for months. Very excited. I played the demo at Steam Next Fest. It was great. Can't wait. I'm excited to play it for sure. And of course, my must buy is Inazuma 11 Victory Road. Very excited about that game finally coming out. It looks like it's finally coming out anyway. Also, it is only the second ever just standard $69.99 price tag for just original Switch game.
I do believe so.
It's right up there with Tears of the Kingdom, which is insane. But yeah, Inazuma 11 Victory Road, cannot wait for that.
Well, it feels like it's been in development nearly as long as Tears of the Kingdom, so they justify it that way, you know? So,
right. Probably was.
Man.
Yeah.
You know, I'm kind of with you. Your list is really, really good, but I'm gonna hit you with my list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with my list. My skip is probably gonna be Atelier Ryza. The 3-piece set, all three of them. I'm gonna skip all three in that bundle. It's really difficult for me to like get behind those older games. But even beyond that, but think of the thighs, says Nettist in the live chat. I could think of those thighs. We could get some waifus up on the stage here. But I'm probably gonna skip those. Not necessarily my jam. I would say the must buy for me this month, I'm gonna say it. I gotta say it's gonna be Kirby Air Riders. That's like my go-to for this month.
Right.
It is the one that I will definitely be buying. But if I wasn't running, let me just put it this way: if I wasn't running a Nintendo podcast where I felt like I needed to talk about it, my must buy this month would maybe be legitimately the Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2 games. Like that's where I'm at with it. It's like it would maybe be honorable mention to Kiwami. And then my check it out. Oh man, probably is Inazuma 11 Victory Road. I want that game. I want that game really, really bad, but I gotta find out if it makes it into the budget. There's also a Nintendo Switch 1 game that's coming out that I've been looking forward to for months called Morsels. So like,
right.
I gotta find out if the budget has it in it. But that being said, Kirby Air Riders, that's my must buy. And my check it out is going to be Inazuma 11 Victory Road, and it would rank up there higher if it wasn't such a good month. There's good stuff this month, which is exciting. So let us know what you guys think. If you are commenting, if you're catching this later, tell us what you think. As far as the live chat here, Saki in the live chat says, I'd say I care least about Dragon Ball Z. I really dislike the art style. And Brooke says this month I'm looking forward to Winterboro, which is a Switch 1 title. Winterboro does look really, really good though. And if you're interested in the Atelier Ryza games, Keywork Savior just says just play a Honkai Star Rail game or a Honkai game for free. So you can get your waifu fixed that way. But we're going to go to a quick ad break, and when we come back, we are going to be talking about all the games that are coming to Nintendo Switch 1 this week, and then a couple that, just as a reminder for what we just covered, coming to Switch 2 as well. So everybody hang tight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these short messages. Welcome back, everybody, from that ad break. Thank you guys for sticking around with us. We're going to be diving into the Fast Forward, where we're going to be talking about every game that's coming to Switch 1 and 2 this week that you can pick up with your hard-earned dollars from Payday. So, Chris, right after this bumper, take it away, okay? It's up to you, friend. Tell them about the games. What games are coming?
Oh, gosh. Okay, well, you know what? Tomorrow we got Dinkum. Okay, Dinkum is a game that some people have been asking for. They've been hankering for Dinkum left and right. You know, they want it on the Switch, and now here it is. It was in early access. Now it's out on the Switch as of tomorrow, November 5th. $19.99 is the price it usually is, but it's on sale right now for $17.99. Golly, gee willikers.
It looks like Australian Dragon Quest builders.
Yeah. Not only that, but it does have a demo as well. So if you're like, maybe I would like this game, nobody knows. Why don't you go ahead and download the demo? See what you think. It does have... it says Nintendo Switch Online for online play. And yeah, so I guess it does have online play, but I don't see, like, you know, it says online co-op, but then sometimes it'll say in the description how many players it is, but I don't see that. I think it might be 4-player.
Let me do a little scroll. Let's find out what it says down here. Yeah, it doesn't say. So I'm gonna assume that they're definitely gonna have player caps in the lobbies, but it does look like there's quite a few players kind of chilling in some of these lobbies. At least on the key art that they have there, there's 4 players on that.
Well, I think there's like people that live in your town, but I don't know how
that
many.
would track. That would track. Kind of Stardew Valley-esque.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so yeah, that's out before you know it. But if you're looking for something more top down, something to build the whole area, what about Outlanders? You know what I mean? That's $9.99 right now.
Half the price. Half the price, by the way.
Half the price is right.
That's one half of Silksong.
This is a game that came out on PC in 2023. So it came out 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And now here we are. We got it on the Switch. I really like the art style. It's got a lot of bright colors. It really pops. It's like a nice town builder strategy game. Yeah, you just want to survive off of the land and like create like around the land and then like build it up and everything. And yeah, this one also has a demo. Go ahead, check it out. It is Outlanders. Give it a gander. Give it a look-see. Have you played the demo for either Dinkum or Outlanders?
I haven't. I'm going to be completely honest. The Outlanders looks amazing as far as this goes. Outlanders looks really good. Dinkum doesn't really hit me in the same ways that like Minecraft would. You know, like Minecraft is that's the build mode like GOAT for me as far as that goes. It's hard to kind of top that. And a lot of these games want to kind of do it. I mean, you got Dragon Quest Builders, you got Dinkum now coming up soon. Pokemon Pokopia. But that game, Dinkum doesn't really strike my fancy quite the same way, but Outlanders does. Like this has got that city building simulator kind of vibe. Keyword Xavier says in the live chat, now I want a black and white game that looks like this. Actually, that would be really, really cool. I think it would be awesome. This kind of gives me the vibes of a Short Hike. I don't know if you played that one, but like in terms of its aesthetics, kind of the way it's laid out. Not from its gameplay, but just the way it looks. Especially if you turn on like the smooth graphics instead of like the 3DS chunky graphics that they have on a Short Hike. But game looks really, really good, really unique, and it makes me wish that I'd checked this out earlier. It's got DLC available for it as well. which I don't even
Yeah.
know what DLC they're doing with it. Let me click View DLC. Let's see. Heir of the Roads, Flood and Fire, Life of
It's just
Yolotli.
like
Are these like
over the
story
years
expansions?
they made some, yeah, to like kind of add to the game, and so they kept them as expansions, but then were able to keep the price at $9.99. You know,
Good. That's
so,
pretty dang good. So you can pack all of those for like $2.99 once you finish the base game and get a little bit of extra stuff out of it. So
right, exactly, yeah. So there's that. That's exciting. Looking forward to possibly checking it out. We'll see how it goes. I'll probably reach out to the developer now after getting that, checking it out. But the next game coming out, that was on $9.99 November 6th. Next week on the 11th, we have Windswept, which is out on the 11th for $19.99. This one looks kind of like, what if Banjo Kazooie was just a duck and a turtle hanging out and not, working together.
and not bad is what I thought you were about to say.
Well, that too, yeah. There's over 40 stages. This is another game that came out a while ago on, it came out a while ago on Steam, and now here we are with this. But yeah, I really like the look of it. It's like pixelated. You got a little duck. The duck's name is Marbles, and the turtle's name is Checkers. So Marbles and Checkers need your help finding their way home after being swept away in a storm.
This
Lovely.
game looks awesome. Like, it looks like Celeste in a lot of ways.
Also, I was wrong. Just the demo came out a while ago. The game itself is coming out the same day on Steam as it is on Switch. So
very cool. It's got this GBA chunky pixel style graphics too to it, and like that just, you know how I feel about my GBA stuff. Like I freaking love that. But it's got this Celeste kind of like platforming, hard punishing vibe to it, with a mix of like DK in here. Like I'm seeing some Donkey Kong Country inspiration, especially like, you got On Guard, the swordfish, but instead you're riding a dolphin. Right. Like I'm expecting some aquatic ambiance coming from this, but the demo was really, really cool on Steam. I played this. It does make me wish that it had game chat or game share enabled on it. Maybe it will. As it currently stands, you can only play it 1 to 2 players. Yeah, it's a Switch 1 game. But as it currently stands, it's 1 to 2 players locally. So I get why they don't want to do it. It's going to be a very punishing platformer as far as that goes. So who knows?
Yeah. Right, exactly. Plus, not only that, but so you can look at the screenshots and see those. But do yourself a favor and check out the trailer for it, because it looks great.
Screenshots are good. In movement, also good, and maybe better. Realistically, maybe better.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's a couple of Switch 2 games, but we've talked about those. So that would be Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, coming out November 6th for $69.99. And Goodnight Universe, coming out November 11th. There is one more thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
That we forgot to talk about on the coming out this month, but I forgot to talk about, which was the Hades 2 Switch.
The physical version, yeah.
The physical version is coming out this month. So you can go ahead and get that for $49.99. It's all on the cart. Give it a go.
Forgot to mention that too.
I forgot about that, and I just remembered it. So there it is.
Alrighty, well listen, that does bring us to the last two segments of the show. We're going to be diving into the game show that we like to call Pixel Minute, or Pixmin for short. In this segment, Chris has exactly 60 seconds to try to guess a game based on a screenshot that is going to slowly depixelate itself as it goes. He has exactly 60 seconds. The faster he guesses, the more points he gets. Chris, can you see my screen, my good sir?
I can see it.
Alrighty, well listen, we are going to get you going on this game that came out this week, but in Nintendo history on one of our Nintendo systems. So we're going to get going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm expecting a lot of brown. That's usually your first
There's a lot of brown. Yeah, there's a lot of brown. There's a little bit of green in there and some gray or blue. Golly, how the heck? This is a first-person shooter. Is it GoldenEye?
Nope.
No.
We did GoldenEye somewhat recently. So.
Oh, is this Ghost Recon?
It is not Ghost Recon.
Or Rainbow Six?
It is not Rainbow Six.
And this is a Nintendo game?
Yeah, it's not a Switch game though. It's on a Nintendo console.
Is it Geist?
It is not Geist.
Well then.
As a hint, it's not exclusive to Nintendo.
Yeah, I have no idea what this game is.
There's the full reveal. This game...
Call of Duty?
It is Call of Duty, but it's specifically Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare for the Nintendo DS. This game released in North America November 5th, 2007. It is a first-person shooter.
The second screen?
I can't get both screens on here. That'd be too much. It'd be too much. Plus,
it's very misleading. Only showing me one screen.
You're very misleading. Only showing me one screen of yourself. I'm out here getting Chris fished. But Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 is a first-person shooter video game in the Call of Duty franchise developed specifically for the Nintendo DS. It was released by Activision in November 2007. The game features many elements of gameplay typical of the series, including vehicular missions and the usage of iron sights. The DS version was first shown at an E3 convention in July of 2007 and 1 month later at the Games Convention. It received positive reviews, holding an average score of 76%, based on 19 reviews on the review aggregator Game Rankings, and was a top seller in the US. Chris, do you have any experience playing Call of Duty on the DS?
I'm trying to think, because that was around the period where I loved to get like a game on every system to try it out. And I think I worked at GameStop at the time, so I probably at least tried it on the DS, even if it was just take it, play it, try it, just to see what it was like.
I think that was one of the last Call of Duty released on a Nintendo console as well, if I'm not mistaken. They did World at War on the Wii, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, I think that was it. Let me see here. Actually, I take that back. So it was
one on the Wii U, right?
World at War. So they did Call of Duty Finest Hour, Call of Duty Big Red 1, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty World at War, then Modern Warfare Reflex on the Wii. And I always forget that they did Black Ops on the Wii as well. Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, and Ghosts on the Wii U. I always forget Call of Duty came out on the Wii U. I thought they were like, I'm done with Nintendo. We can't sell them that well.
I believe like Call of Duty was like one of the main reasons
the Wii U tanked?
Originally the Wii U did not have L3 and R3 buttons.
So they were like, no, we need those if you want us to release it.
We need those. Like, not just them, but a number of people. Anyone probably making a first-person shooter said, no, hey, we need those.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Well, listen, we've got some other news to cover, but congratulations on getting Call of Duty. I'll give you a half a point.
Oh, thanks. Add it to my tally that you're keeping track.
Yeah. We'll check the tally. We'll check the tally. For Saki out in the live chat, she plays exclusively on mouse and keyboard most of the time. L3 and R3 is the stick buttons, so you press the sticks in to get L3 and R3. It's crazy. It's crazy. They could have done back pedals on the Wii U gamepad though. They could have just done that. But
that's true.
On the My Nintendo news front, we got 2 new wallpapers, one featuring Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment as the November calendar for 50 platinum points, and one featuring a Pikmin Rose wallpaper also for free. There's a set of stickers in the physical rewards section for Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2 for 300 platinum points. NSO icons, we've got Wave 3 of Splatoon icons rotating again until November 13th. We'll be covering it one more week. But Wave 4 comes out on Thursday, so if you're wanting to snag that last wave of Splatoon icons, you can do so then. The monthly play and redeem icons are Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, which does require an NSO Plus expansion pack to redeem. But we also got Kirby's Dream Land 3 sets. Play corresponding games for any amount of minutes, and then you can claim those icons anytime during November. Animal Crossing New Leaf fell to the Nintendo Music app this week. Listen to the soothing sounds of your mayoral duties. There is a Fusion Festival sale featuring games like Haiku the Robot, Blasphemous 2 Mea Culpa Edition, and Save Me Mr. Taco Definitive Edition at up to 80% off. In terms of demos, this weekend, on the 8th and the 9th, and on November 15th and 16th, there is going to be a Kirby Air Riders Global Test Ride. So you can test out the servers, see what the game has in store for you, go on there and play for a limited amount of time during specific time slots. Check Nintendo's socials for a breakdown of those time slots as far as that goes, and convert them to your proper time zone to be able to jump in on that. In news highlights here, Breath of the Wild is getting a vinyl soundtrack release in 2026. There are 2 very beautiful sets to choose from. One is a 34-track 2 LP set that is only $49. The other, though, is a 130-track 8 LP set for an eye-watering $195. Both are available, though, for you to pre-order on Laced Records and the My Nintendo store, so you'll be able to snag either one of those, whatever you would like to have. Each one comes with like a unique slip case for those 2, so go and check those out. Resident Evil Requiem announced a lot of things. We've got Amiibo for Resident Evil Requiem. We've got a Pro Controller that is gaudy as could be and very expensive coming out for Resident Evil Requiem. And they also announced a collected set of 3 games featuring Biohazard, Resident Evil Village, and Resident Evil Requiem in a 3-piece set for that era, the Ethan Winters era of games. Limited Run Games did their special anniversary stream and announced a lot of Capcom games coming to Nintendo Switch systems. Onimusha 2, Little Samson, a brand new Shantae game, and more. If you want to see all of the announcements, they have their stream archived over on their YouTube channel, Limited Run Games. Nintendo says that they have sold over 10 million units of hardware and 20 million units in software. It's confirmed, everybody. The Wii U has outsold the Switch 2 officially. For now. There's a new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond trailer you need to watch. Yes, sir?
I wanted to talk about that.
Hit him with it.
The thing I was going to say is, well, now I can't find the thing. Oh, I found it. Okay. So the Mario Kart World Bundle sold 8.1 million copies. 8.1 million of the 10, right? The Mario Kart. And so the game itself sold 9.57. So that means that 1.4 million people bought the regular Switch and then bought the game at full price.
Bought the $80 game. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wow, that's insane. I would not have spent that much money on that game. I'm going to be honest. Well, I would have.
It must have been somebody that like couldn't have found it at launch, and they were like, I'm just going to get whichever one I could find, because they didn't know how hard it was going to be to get, and that's what they ended up doing.
I remember I was listening to the Kit and Krista podcast back before the system launched, and I think Kit from Kit and Krista bought the standard Nintendo Switch and then bought Mario Kart later. I think is what he ended up doing. I'm like, why would you do that? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. There is a new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond trailer that you must watch. You need to watch it, featuring mostly footage we've seen before, but there is some new footage in there that you can glean from this minute-long trailer that has a look at some psychic puzzle platforms, jungle vehicles, some space dogfights, and a little bit more. Check that out over on Nintendo's YouTube channel. And there's a lot of Animal Crossing news to cover. We are going to cover that, but not today. We thought we would take that problem and push it somewhere else, and so we're going to be talking about that next week. Come back and visit us next week, unless Nintendo does something crazy. But there's a lot of information to talk about, and we need to let that simmer just a little bit longer before we come out with our full thoughts. My initial takeaways are: hey, one, it's most of the content is free, so that's good, and it's $5 to get the resolution upgrade and the frame rate upgrade. That should just be built in because I paid $500 for the system, but again, I need to give it another week before I talk about that because I'm still maybe a little bit bitter. And Netis didn't do me any favors getting me all ramped up about it in the Discord. So
well, Netis is not happy about anything. So.
Well, he's out there. Let's see. Are you happy about anything, Netis? He's happy about Yakuza Kiwami 1 and 2. Chris, where can they find you, my good sir?
You can find me at my link tree, Super Nintendo link tree. We got the link there, and then just go from there. Yep. What about you? Where are we finding you at?
Find me over at nerdwireplays.com. There's my website. Go and do that thing. And you can come visit me tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/nerdwireplays, where we're going to be playing through the next two episodes, what is this, 5 and 6 of Dispatch tomorrow night. It's going to be a really, really good time. A couple of other things. Make sure that you visit our YouTube channel. You can catch all of our previous videos over at youtube.com/@the-Nintendo-Rewind for all the podcast episodes, except for maybe like a stretch of 6 episodes that are in there that are MIA. Maybe consider supporting us by going to NintendoRewind.com and signing up to be a member or a producer. Just to let you guys know, if you are a supporter or a producer, we are going to be messaging you to ask you for your nominations for this year's Rewindies. That's right. The Rewindies are coming around. It's next month. The first week of December typically is when we do it. So we're going to have it. We're going to have that announced. And we're also coming up on the big episode 100 of Nintendo Rewind. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure that you're staying locked in, tuned in. If you want to have a say in what games get nominated for the Rewindies, consider supporting us over at NintendoRewind.com. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, you can catch us every week, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Twitch and on YouTube, live. And remember, please be kind and rewind. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!
Bye.
All right. End of an episode. It's 11 o'clock. We gotta play. I need a most anime category. Yes. It's so good. End of an episode. Good episode. We still hear you? Ah, yeah. Hey, there we are. You still hear us. Go away. The stream's ending. We love your faces. Goodbye.